Gab chat.
Then I can just click it and the link will go straight through. All right, here we go. So it's YouTube, is it? YouTube video.
Yeah, so it's just on repeat the song. So when I tell you to press play, we'll go straight into it. And then all I would say, like, whatever's happened.
So again, sorry, it started playing. Something started playing.
All good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. So I'm just ready to go. Yeah.
Okay. So all I'm going to say is anything that's happened this weekend, anything that you got planned, like let all of it go. You're literally just with me for 10 minutes. That's it. But in this 10 minutes, I want you just to be as focused as you can and just listen to the words, but make them mean something to you. Whatever I say, you still have to interpret it your own way. But it's very clear, simple instructions.
So I'm going to be listening to you and the YouTube video, yeah?
You're here. The music's just running. The music, I don't know what it does. It fucking gets
just have that on a low level, shall I?
I have it on a good enough level that you can hear it, but as long as you can hear me.
Okay, let's see if I can. Let me just play this thing because it's the adverts, isn't there? Let me just get rid of the adverts.
Okay. It's the best song for meditation, and I've also learned now from our last conversation. You know, when it's like I can't get into it, you mostly go in with really soft music. Some people don't need that. Some people just need like an energy boost. So I found some songs, and the meditation's a completely new experience.
So is that I can hand? Yeah. So it's a Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Yeah.
Time. So you want me to play that? The only thing is, because I've got you quite loud, that music's really loud. Do I want to put that track to the beginning or just come in where it's come? It's about it's like 16 minutes. Take it to the beginning.
All the way to the beginning, yeah, because it's a nice thing. So, can you hear the music just through your headphones? Then is it?
I can, but let me just play the music now. So the music's playing.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think you can hear it, but I can hear it.
Now, what I'll do is, like, if we scroll it all the way back to the beginning again, I'm just going to play my one at the same time, just so I can talk with the music.
Oh, so you'll know. Okay. Well, tell me when you want to play, and I'll play exactly the same.
Okay. Right, so let me just get this advert finished. Right, so press play when I say, ready?
Yep. Do a 3, 2, 1, and then play, yeah?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to get you just to come to this place now. Close your eyes for me.
Close them, yeah?
Yes, please. And I want you just to focus on your breath now. We're going to pull the air in through your nose. And as you breathe out through your nose, I want you to think, let go. So breathe in, let. Breathe out, go. Let go. We're going to come one more. I just want you to take your attention to your chest and your stomach as you pull that air in. Notice how it affects the stomach, the chest, all the way up to the shoulders. Try to create as much space as you can. Okay, I want you to now imagine you can see your brain. All of your brain you can see the wrinkles, the divots. You have your eyes on the whole thing. I now want you to run your attention all over the brain, and you cannot miss a single part. Imagine you're running your thumb around all the divots, all the wrinkles, and you must cover every part of this brain. You see the different textures, the stickiness. So now as you're running, imagine you're in the brain, you're looking above and you can see these electrical flashes of light. There's different connections all over. They're all just lighting up randomly. You're following the wrinkles around the brain. You're just looking above. It's like a fairground, just lights are flashing. You know that these lights are signals. You're just admiring the beauty and the complexity of this brain. I want you to still keep scanning around, just being amazed of everything that you can see. And now I want you to take a zoom out so you can see the whole brain in its entirety. Your focus is on all of it. So as we said earlier, the brain connects to the whole body. And you've just hacked into your brain. And you are now in control of your whole body. You hold the power. And I want you to imagine.
The music's so loud, I can't hear you. Look, I was just to tell, wait there. Oh, Harry, the music's so loud. It's like boom, I can't even hear your voice.
Okay.
Do I have to do it with the music? Can do it without the music.
We could do it without the music.
Maybe do it without.
Just really
I literally couldn't even concentrate on what you were saying. I was like in the brain, and I was like, it's like literally an orchestra coming into my. Do it without the music. Start again. Okay. Start again. Okay.
I'm going to put it on my one and just have it low. So we're going to get you back into that space.
Yeah.
But again, this is all part of meditation. It's all the experience. So I'm going to repeat exactly the same words. We're going to come back to the breath. Again, what just happened, we're letting go. We now can see the entire brain. Pay attention to every little part of this brain. You're running your eyes and your attention all over. It's like a water slide going down the wrinkles and the divots, and you're just exploring every single part. Notice the textures. Notice the connections. Notice the complexity of this amazing machine. Whilst you're exploring this brain, look above and look ahead to see these electrical explosions of light, the sparks, the connections, red flashes, yellow flashes. It's like a fairground. You know that these flashes are signals to the rest of the body. Stay with that thought. Keep scanning that entire brain so that you've noticed every single part of it. Now, knowing that the brain controls the entire body, you have just hacked into your brain. You hold the power of your entire body. Whatever you tell it will come true. So imagine you are the sergeant and you're standing on top of your head. You're lit up, the spotlight is on you. And your body is the soldiers. Your cells, your muscles, your connected tissues are now all paying attention to the sergeant. Whatever the sergeant commands, the body will respond. Imagine standing on the top of your head, completely lit up, and everyone is paying attention. You are now invited to come into the body, and you're exploring every single part. You can go wherever you choose to, knowing that your soldiers will move out the way for you to explore. Notice the tightness. Notice the stresses. Notice uncomfort. But just notice, you're exploring still. The body is allowing you to travel wherever, the places that hasn't been looked at for a long time, the no-go areas, the dangerous spaces. That's where the fear is stored. Knowing that you're the sergeant and you're in control, you now have freedom to go wherever you want in your body. That's your choice. And go to an area that needs your attention. You ask, your body will respond. Don't leave anything to chance. You need to ask more than just heal. Specific. Body to respond to your requests, and be very clear with that. Whenever you get distracted, go back to the breath and go back to the sergeant. And remember, you are leading this now. The onus is on you, and you are in control. This is where the request is needed. Now remember, you have this power always. Whenever you feel like you're losing control, whenever you have doubt, remember you still have the power. You have the power to influence change whenever and whoever you want to. You are in control. Your body responds to you. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. You're going to take one more deep breath in, and you're going to hold at the top for me. Notice the sensations in your body. Just hold there. Watch the inner body come to life. Take your attention, scan all over. Feel everything firing up. That inner body works all the time. And breathe out. And you're done.
That was weird. That was good. Honestly, I was drifting off.
I see you. You were going like this.
I fell asleep. Like I knew I could still hear you, but I went somewhere, and I thought, am I asleep? Can I hear things? It was almost like I was in a dream state. Is that right? Is that where I should have gone? I mean,
yeah. So what?
I got to where you were saying, but then I drifted off, and I was completely on a different.
So think about this, and this is where again, this is just me making it up. This is what I think is happening. So whenever we learn anything, we need to get you into a theta state, which is subconscious. So I've got you into a theta state, so I'm straight into your subconscious now. Now I put the suggestion in, because if I get you to think about stuff, then all the ego and stuff gets in the way. Yeah. Once I get you in subconscious, I'm putting suggestion to you, and you're then just running with it, and you're feeding your own subconscious. So controlling the body is one of the most, like, we have the ability to do it, but yet the body controls us because it's habit. You hear something in a car and it bibs. It's just the bib that makes you go, ah, ah.
Yeah.
So again, watch how you can go back there now. When you've got aches and pains, go to that place, because you don't even need to do the brain bit now. You know what it feels like to control your body. And if you believe in it that much, mate, your body will respond. Like, you're the only thing that's limiting your recovery.
I know, because what it is, there's nothing actually wrong. It's the brain telling my hip flexors to be tight for some reason. So that was powerful. I honestly thought, because I went into a dream state. I was hearing your voice, but then I'd completely gone off into these weird things. It was like almost a bit trippy, bit dream. Am I asleep? And then I could feel myself. We're recording this, by the way. I'm going to put this on YouTube. That was brilliant. So what should I do if I'm going to just meditate? Just go in and just go through that process.
I'd say that's a really good one to start with, because what you're doing is just bringing attention to you. Because you said that before, all the thoughts and all the things that people stress about, that's the distraction. So if I can get you straight into your inner body, that's the only thing that's true, the internal world. And if you can then and this is why I love doing it, because now I'm like selective, where like I love going my pulses, ding, 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 then my biceps, ding, ding, ankles, and then I go select, and I can literally go like that, and it's amazing.
I must admit, you could really feel your body, can't you? For the first, I could really feel like the blood coming through my arms. I was thinking, I haven't felt that before. It almost feel like your fingers, the energy in your fingers, can't you?
Yeah, it's all there. Like, and if you think about that magic, that means it's working all the time. But now you're paying attention, and again, then there's a connection with your body. Like you look after it. So
it's almost like we're completely unconscious, aren't we? We're not conscious of what's going on because we're distracted by everything, so we don't know even how it's all working, do we?
Yeah, we're so unconscious. This is what I'm seeing, and I'm watching football games now, like football. And like, if you look at sports teams, they're in a state of flow. That's why they're so good, right? They're unconscious because they're in that flow. So then it's like, right, if they can get into a flow playing football, imagine now I get you, right, you're really stressed. Rather than meditating, go and do a sport that you love where you're just in flow. But whilst you're in flow, I'm going to feed you with all these positive affirmations, and I'm going to suggestion, because you're already in your subconscious doing what you're doing, and I'm just feeding it. And then think about, that's how kids develop. Kids hear everything you say. So their first 7 years is your instructions, your behaviors, they mirror you. And look, use it as a dog. Your dog, if you're a homeless person, your dog effectively is a homeless dog. Like the behaviors are the same. If you've got a sporty person, the dog will be running. If you've got an old person, it trickles around. So your dog imitates you. Your kid does exactly the same.
Yeah,
so if you're eating shit food and you're like arguing all the time, or you're depressed all the time, that's all your kid thinks is normal.
You're just feeding that at them, and they're going to sound like, that's why we are the way we are. So we're products of that first 7 years, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and again, look at the programs that your kids are watching. Look at the behaviors of the cartoon characters, because the behaviors don't come from you and your missus. They come from the cartoon characters. And
Yeah,
it's really,
powerful, isn't it?
really shocking, man, because you'll see the kids. There's a TV show called Mora. She's a little bitch. She grabs, she snatches, she eats with her mouth open. Your kid thinks that's normal. There's a song that says, no, no, no. And the mum's like, can I have the top? And he's like, no, no, no. And the kids are singing it. They're doing that because it's on the TV. So
Yeah.
you're being a good parent. You say, I want the best for my kids. I'm going to give them best education. But yet the first 3 years when you're just sticking an iPad in front of them, you're doing the complete opposite.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So
Crazy. There's so much of that unconscious world, isn't there? You know, you said we're governed by it, aren't we? You know, when you drop something or something, you instantly, you don't even have to think about that, or it's sort of, you know, it's crazy, that sort of built-in response, isn't it?
Yeah. And again, think of like you see the connections that are saying, like the things. Imagine it's a piano key. So if your thought is a piano key, so you have the same thought, it's the same signal every time. And all you need to do is just play a different note and get a different signal. Because if you just do the same stuff again and again, it's the same fucking signal.
Unbelievable. I'm going to redo that. I can listen back to your voice now because I've got it recorded, haven't I?
Yeah.
I can do this that could be the guided meditation. What I'll do, I'll cut our beginning, but actually I won't. I'll put the whole of this chat on there because it's all good. We'll put it all on.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, mate, thanks for that. Yeah, good. We've got the pod tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. And
is it tomorrow's Tuesday?
Tuesday, sorry, yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday 5, yeah.
Amazing. Look, I've got my dream board. I'm going to be putting my vision board.
Oh, and that's like
geometrics.
It's like DNA type sort of. Like,
That's it. It's a DMT molecule.
Is it a DMT molecule?
No, but I might say it is.
It looks like that. You should say it is, yeah. But it's powerful stuff, isn't it?
Really powerful. Imagine doing that with your clients that are just depressed and everything, like mad, and then you just put them through that state, and then you just suggest you are powerful, you are strong, you will lose weight, but not. So you need to do it on levels, mate. So, like, when do you want to lose weight? How long do you want to lose weight for? Like, how long do you want to keep the results? Not just like when do you get it. Start getting to think, when you work hard for this 6 months, you're going to get the results, but you're going to keep it for the rest of your life if you put the work in now. That's a more of a buy-in because they know it's going to last. The problem is that it's different levels of thinking. So watch this one as well. This is all coming from the oil. So I had a conversation with my friend and she beats herself up, and this is what you could use. She beats herself up when she binges, and you say, how many times do you actually do that? And this girl's lean as fuck, and like, she shouldn't be complaining. Or maybe every 3 weeks, I just go off the rails. I was like, sweet, okay. Every 3 to 4 weeks, in my head, I'm working it out. So I'd say, so you get them to agree first, is how you do it. So, okay, so if we were to look at next year, and I said, what would make a good year? Would you take 10% of being bad for the whole year? And again, this is based on their first question. They're like, yes. What, 10% bad, 90% good? They'd take that. Say, great. Okay, let's go back to what you just said. So around 15 times a year, every 3 to 4 weeks, you're binging. Let's divide that by 365. It's like less than 5%. They've already told me that they're going to be happy with being 10% bad. Yeah, and yet they're beating themselves up and they're being better than that already.
Well, that's a good way of reframing it, isn't it?
Yeah, so stop looking like this. When you're doing 3-month transformation, yes, you're selling it. But when you're talking to them, zoom out and zoom out again. Because let's say if they were fat and overweight and 3/4 of the year were bad. Okay, how long does that last for? Well, last 3 years have been stressful, but before that, I was really good. I was doing exercise. Zoom out 10 years. Okay, so if we're to look at the next 10 years, would you be happy with 5% being bad, 95? And, oh yeah, before all of that, you get them to agree to another one. Would I be right in saying you can never be 100% on it all the time? And everyone will agree with you.
Everyone, yeah.
So which means then there's an area for you allowed to be bad. They've already agreed to that. So you get them to, and this is the way that I'm learning conversations now, and I think it's a bit of hypnotism as well, but I get them to agree to the argument first, because I know what I'm already going to say.
Yeah.
So when you get them to agree to it, then you present the information. They've already agreed.
All it is just, it's not manipulating them, it's getting them. It's the same when I make a sales call. I get them to a position where they've almost talked themselves into it. And it's just psychology. It's just getting them to say the right thing. They already have the answer, you know. It's very clever, though.
Well, Ben told me that you was like, will you tell your wife to get your bollocks out of their wallet?
That's what I'll say. If I have a really great call where someone's giving me some bullshit where I'll pitch whatever, and he says, "Oh, I need to go and think about it," or I need to go and speak to the wife, or I haven't got the money. They're all the same
excuses.
Yeah, it's same excuses. And what it usually boils down to, it's not about the money. It's they thought, shit, I didn't really want to commit to that amount. I said, look, when someone says what you just said, what it usually means is it was a bit more than I wanted to invest. Because I say this with respect, you know right now whether you can afford to do this program or not. And I'm smiling as I say this, so you need to tell me a yes or a no right now, and I'm cool either way. And they all start laughing. He goes, oh, you know, I need to speak to the wife. And I said to the guy, I said, when are you going to get your balls out of her purse? And he went, what? And he started laughing. I said, you don't need to speak to your wife, do you? He said, you're the CEO of 3 companies and you earn multiple 6 figures, maybe 7 figures. You don't need to speak to your wife about spending £3,000. And he went, no, you're right. He goes, I just don't want to pay it. I said, cool. I'd much rather you say you don't want to pay it than use it, and I'll pull them up on it. Yeah. Did Ben say it was a good podcast?
Yeah, he liked it.
Yeah. He's put it out now. I don't know if he's put it on YouTube. Does he do it on YouTube? I know it's on Spotify.
Yeah, I'm not too sure yet, but I know he's building on it anyway. But yeah, he was laughing at that one.
Oh, mate, what time is it? Well, thanks for that.
That's all right. Well, at least you got to experience it anyway. But that's where I want to take it. I've got guided meditations for everything now in my head. Like me going into a football team and getting them to imagine, like, as a team, you are a team. And you are roles on the pitch. So if anyone says anything to you, if you take that personally, that's your fault because you're playing roles. But then the person who is a cunt on the pitch, make sure that you're also putting positivity because that is your character. You can't be a cunt if you're not being positive too. And then a suggestion, let's imagine winning this league together. Like, how are you going to interact with each other when you've just won? What's the change room atmosphere going to be like? Like getting them actually picture it. Let's go one better. Let's win all 3 cups. What's the feeling when you're on the pitch? How you interact with each other when you know you're that good?
That is a bit. It's hypnotizing them slightly, isn't it? It's getting.
Yeah.
I did it in sports psychology. It's just getting them to vision it and see it. Because if you can see it in your mind, your subconscious doesn't know whether it's real or not, so it assumes it's real, doesn't it? That's all hypnotism and suggestion and meditation in a way is, isn't it?
And that's the thing. If I don't call it meditation now, I'm just the guy that just gets people doing, like, feeling better. I'm happy with that label.
If you called it sports psychology, everyone would think you were this amazing person. But as soon as you say meditation, everyone's like, it's all woo-woo and spiritual. And that, you know. But I did bloody sports psychology and auto suggestion and auto cues and visualization in 1994.
Yeah.
You know, it's not new. Meditation wasn't even a thing then in the 90s, was it? Like, who was meditating? Like, maybe a few hippies, maybe.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing. We had to sit there and visualize lining up the rugby ball and then kicking it, sweeping your leg through, sailing through the post. And this guy was doing this guided meditation, and it was just called auto-suggestion, auto-cues, or visualization, isn't it? And people have been doing that since time began, really. It's clever. Isn't it funny how it's all come back round again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's meditation and, you know.
Yeah, and that's the fit. But again, that's your role and that's your identity. I'm now a spiritual person. It's like a girl that I saw the other day. She's the sober girl. Like, she's been sober 2 years sobriety. Her whole identity, it's like, I've just gone out sober as fuck, and like every post is like about being sober. It's like, that's not you. That's a choice that you've made, which makes you feel better. But your whole life isn't you being sober. Like, that's a boring life. That's all you talk about. But yet people hold on to the identity. Influencers do the same. They hold on to an identity about empowering women, and all their posts about being like, this woman, be strong. But yet when I do a fucking session like this with them, within a first breath session, they start crying. And it's like, because they're not that woman that they're putting out there, because they need someone to talk to as well. Like,
just a role, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a role.
Are you doing this stuff with your coaching clients?
I've done it with a few of them. This is all quite new, and it's just in my head, but it is stuck in my head now. It's like my subconscious has got it. So I'm going to just lead people through it. Like cancer patients, when you've literally given up on your body, I'm going to reignite it, and I'm going to make you believe it. But I'm not going to just do it from one session. I'm going to say things like this, and this is maybe a lie, but I'm going to say, I've been thinking of you. Like, let's say it's a coach. I've just got an insight, and I've been showed how to heal you. And like this one lady, I'm really friends with, and she's had it again, stage 4 now. So she's been told she's going to die. She's fighting. And I was like, oh, you got to think positive, stupidly from my agenda. Just be like, she's like, I've done it before, Harry. I've already done it. Like, and I'm like, fuck. But now I've got a thing to go back to her. You did it before, but you asked to be recovered. You was recovered. The universe did it. But you didn't ask for how long to be recovered for. As soon as I get her to believe that, the next time I get her into a suggestion, I say, look, I've been shown something. I need to do 8 days with you. We're going to do 5 days prior chemo, but I need you to be so pumped up when you got chemo, you're going to fight through it. So after that 3rd day, which is the hell days, you're already prepared, and you know your body's going to fight it when you get it. Imagine me telling you that, and I'm confident, I've seen it all, I've been told. All you need to do is just believe in it now. I'm not doing anything else in it. All it is just following the power of them, but they also realise if I don't do it, that's on me.
Yeah.
I've just been showed what the answer is. And the epigenetic stuff all lays onto that. It is just here first. If I make you believe it, and I've been shown it, and I'm telling you, this actually works. Like, I've literally, God has told me everything what to do. That's the way I play it. And again, I've done it before. Or did you ask how long for? Did you ask how, like, you recovered, but did you ask how you'd feel being recovered? Like, I can, again, expand out even more. You can't argue with me because they haven't thought about it. It's like if you ask for a brand new car, and I'm like, okay, was it a brand new one or is it an old one? Is it a 6 litre or is it a 1 litre? Like, the universe is going to get you that car, but you haven't been that specific enough on it, so you haven't got it yet. Or there might be a for sale sign, really cheap, dirt old Ferrari is giving you it, but you've seen it as a shit Ferrari because that wasn't what you asked for.
So you've got to be very specific in what you ask for, don't you? Exactly.
Everything.
Yeah.
So this is a question that you ask your client to relay that information. If I was to ask you now, what do you want right now? Like anything, and you say the law of the universe works that much. You ask for something, it'll give it to you, and their answer would be not thought of, and they'll go, "I want to lose weight," and then you start coming to questions. So, well, that's not specific, is it? When do you want to lose weight by? How much weight do you want to lose? How long do you want to keep it off? Then, soon as they start thinking of that, you can take over with anything you want, mate. Because you've got them thinking it outside the box for the first time. That's got their attention.
Yeah.
Then you start hitting them with facts. Look, if you actually stop for this for 6 months, my other clients' lives have changed completely. But they trusted that fit first. But the one thing that they did was listen to themselves for once. Like this is the talk that you do, and you'll get anyone bought into it. Because you know, really, if they were committed for 6 months, they'd get results, right?
Yeah, anyone would, yeah.
And if they knew they committed for 6 months and the rest of their life would change on the health side, they don't then have to worry about that. Let them focus on your business. Let them focus on that because they know it's going to stay off.
Powerful, isn't it?
Really powerful. It's just a different level of thinking. It's like, let's expand it a tiny bit more. So, mate, the other night, I had a connection with God, like I keep saying, but I then
serious,
mate, really serious.
What are you meditating at the time? What was happening?
Okay, so the first night I went up in the Shard, and someone invited me for dinner, and he was talking to me, and I had to stop him. And I'm like, mate, I don't know what's going on, and I was a bit high again, but I felt all this. It was like all this energy was coming down on me. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's God. And it was like, it's not God. Is not this hippie beard. God is just like, okay, let's look at your plant pot. Have you got a plant pot in your house?
What?
A plant.
A plant? I haven't got one in here. No.
But you know, if you look at the plant, like life just grows out of it randomly. How does it grow? That's the energy is growing it, right?
It's life energy, isn't it? Yeah.
That's God. That's God.
Well, you could just call it God or universe, couldn't you?
Yeah, you call it whatever, but that's now my interpretation. When you ask God for your prayers, you're just literally asking the universal energy.
Yeah.
But you don't believe in it that much, or you're not specific enough with your request. Because when you are that specific, your subconscious, when you go in your day, I always say, imagine you've got this energy around you, and it's your little minions. So when you want to go something, it's like they're going off into the universe and going to grab what they can. But because you haven't given it clear instructions, let's say I want a car, but you haven't said when, it's going off into the universe, and it's just taking its time. It's mostly having a fag, it's having a drink. But if you give it quick instructions, hello.
You've made it onto the podcast. Obviously, you can't hear. Speaking to the microphone. Carry on. I better go in a minute, Harry.
Okay, mate.
That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that.